do what it's doing. Okay, so yesterday we said that for you to be coherent, so first for you to manifest intentionally, you need to be coherent. You need to be coherent in all parts of yourself, understanding yourself as deep as you can. Be the leadership of your own self, your physical body, your mental body, emotional body. Be aware of your spirit body. Have that deep connection with the I am of you. And ultimately, where that source is from, the only source, the one source, without any interpretations of human understandings or religions. And when we are in that space within ourselves, in that now moment, and allow and accept, surrender, ultimately surrender to your breath, surrender to what is, just so that you can look around, pulling ourselves back into the present moment. Then you can look around really what's in your environment, how are things happening, and you can make a choice. For this to happen, for you to bring that choice that's in your highest alignment, you got to be coherent, right? If you have parts here and there, if you have left parts of your soul somewhere in the past, somewhere in past traumas, where you're constantly looping back in time, where you're constantly trying to hook for the future, but yet you're not walking to it. The future always stays an idea. When you start to weave those kinds of energetic loops, you're weighing yourself down and you pull yourself out of that coherence. So to build up this coherence, first, you got to forgive yourself. And when I use these words, got to, part of me says, nothing is got to. There's always a free choice. So then I will rephrase.
Yeah, I know the answer to my question.
To become coherent, to be in coherence. It's only possible for you if you bring yourself fully and completely into the present moment, into the allowance of flow of the present moment. In this space, your frequency naturally increases and elevates. It gets engulfed and nurtured by the informational flow of the present moment. In this space, you lift up and out of those time loopings. You can see them and say, oh, I don't care to choose that anymore. The first step was forgiveness, forgiving anything that was in our system, forgiving others, forgiving ourselves, forgiving humanity. Anywhere where we held senses of injustices. So then we keep walking up. And let's aboard this ship of frequency travel. Yes, this is our frequency bus today. So go ahead, take a deep breath into your heart space and into your solar plexus and sacral area. Just become aware of that central line, that central connection. And go ahead, take one more deep breath. So the breathing rhythm that we're looking for is about 4 counts of inhale, 4 counts of hold, 6 counts of exhale through the mouth, and 4 counts of hold. Also, when you're inhaling from your diaphragm beyond, allow yourself to expand 360 degrees. Actually, not quite, because the diaphragm is pressing that down. So it's like you're 360 degrees from here. So feel yourself expand on the sides, the front and your back, and your bottom. Allow that freedom. And then when you exhale, press in from your root area, press up. Let's take a deep breath.
Doesn't matter what the mind says, that we see, we see.
And you can do this breath as long as it's comfortable. It can be difficult at first to keep up this rhythm. So actually, shortly, we'll just go back to your regular breath. For now, come into that heart space and just notice your heartbeat. What gives us our heartbeat? Let's make that inquiry. From where does my heartbeat come? How do I perceive even more clearly from where my heartbeat comes? For today, in this container, we are traveling into our true love, to recognize our self-love, unconditioned, in its purity, in its truth, in its deliciousness. We have to release parts to forgive to come into here. So bring your breath into your heart space again. We are going beyond the heart, behind your heart, into the unseen space, that black space of spaciousness. Light comes through in this blackness. The light of you. The light. Light that carries the information of you. The light that intends for you to be in a physical form. And I'm going to use I statements from now on, because we are each an I am. We're each an expression of the I am. So hearing it as I, and I invite you to repeat it within you if it feels true for you. You'll always have a choice. And when something is slightly more difficult or there's a resistance, I invite you to observe. Just simply observe. With each breath you take, and with each heartbeat, you are expressing, you are expressed through as life. Life in your own uniqueness, in your own unique way. Let's come into the gate, if you will, the gate of this space that's beyond your heart. And notice there's no separation. Your physicality just becomes less and less dense to where it is not visible on this third dimension with a human eye yet. There's more and more of us who are able to perceive this with our inner eye, with our spiritual eyes, with our allowance of perception, of the communication of the higher realms, of our higher self, of our true self, of the I am. Become aware of your central channel, all the way from crown, coming down to your third eye. Actually, let's bring that lightness. So become aware of the openness of your crown and how light is just pouring through. Golden light. However this perception comes to you, notice how open your crown feels. Notice if there is any heaviness, pressure. With your next breath, welcome that light. Just come as if you're meeting at the door of your house a friend, a really dear friend. And you welcome them in. Come in as you are with all of you. So come to your crown and notice what comes forth, what is communicated as you welcome the information. From the way, the only truth, your truth, coming from your higher self, intimately connected with the one source. And in this space, we are open to the truth, only to the truth, the one truth, unconditioned by man. And allow this golden light to come down through your channel. Allow this golden light information to run through your nervous system, to run through your circulatory system, to touch every cell of your body, swim through and into your bones, to come into the bone marrow and know what information comes from there. That self-recognition that I already am in your bone marrow. I am coming into form as the tissues connect in the highest intelligence. Of my human body. yours as well. I invite you to take this in. This is all open to all of us. And see it in Ishimaya Asiyana. All this golden light. Please retune, bring into coherence. Your emotional body, my emotional body, my mental body, my physical body, light body. Notice as this resonance does not stop where your skin holds you in. It keeps resonating out through the ground, traveling all the way down, receiving information and sharing information on its path, making a familiar connection with the core of Mother Earth. And bring your awareness to this connection. And let's touch on the frequencies of balance and thriving. Generate that into our bodies, in our bodies. It's already there. Simply become aware of it. And as we focus on it, that's our creative nature that we perpetuated. With your next breath, just bring as much. It's a well that never dries out. It's a well that never dries out. You're not taking. You are bathing in your birthright. And as you bring that up, frequencies of balance and thriving from the core of Mother Earth, and come into your body, feel this new energy, these new frequencies just become more palpable in your body. And if this comes through only as an imagination, it's not an only, it's all of our ways that we create, that we see, is our tool, is our nature. Bring that into your whole body. Let's come back into your heart space. Self-love. Where does your self-love come from? How do you know that your self-love is true and pure and not pulling towards a man-made idea as to what self-love looks like? How do you know that it's not pulling you out towards a prideful act, an acknowledgement in need? How do you know it's not self-serving? Well, let's ask, shall we? do I enter the infinite love that is the creator of this universe, the infinite love that I am made of, the infinite love that I am. And I invite you to pray that I am willing to set aside my selfish love and receive the selfless love that is the principal law of creation. Breathing slow and deep. We're having our space expanded. Notice your stomach area, your solar plexus area. Just allow your heart, your physical and your emotional, your physical heart and your heart space to relax. Relax into this spaciousness that is opening up. Note your root, note your tailbone. It's being connected to the core of Mother Earth. Just keep that knowing in front of you. And also, however you perceive that our frequencies are rising, so we are expanding or shifting our composition, our atoms, our physicality, our emotional body and mental body into receiving more light codes. So we are able to elevate and deepen into a dimension where there's more information available. Okay, and we're doing this in body, not going out of body. We're in the stomach, in the heart space, being connected to Mother Earth. Because we are embodying these frequencies, we are embodying this light. This is how we are rebuilding our world, our earth. It is integrating this truth into our bodies that then we share. We are the cause of that ripple effect on the human collective. We are putting forth that connection in truth, communication in truth and authenticity. Notice you stay in your center, your heart space, solar plexus, your spine going to the core of Mother Earth, coming back up. Okay. You are tending your desires from within. Okay. You are creating your environment from this truth within, and without any filters and limiting beliefs to stop you. You come through the spaces, your heart space, through your throat, to be able to say all the words, all the words, all the words that come through your heart in your truth, through your truth. Your words resonate out as your truth, shaping, forming, creating your experiences, your environment. Attention into your heart space. And if you need to touch your chest to feel your heart beating, or if you can just feel it internally, and notice where else you feel this pulsation, perhaps your head, the back of your neck, your shoulders, your throat space, the bottoms of your feet. All of you, and I'm going to shift to all of me, and I invite you to also verbalize this for yourself. I feel all of me in this heartbeat. Immersed in truth. Immersed in love that is unconditional, that is limitless. In this effortless space. And while in this space, just notice the internal spaciousness. Notice the seemingly outer space, so outside of your skin. There's more ease around your space. There's more, like the frequencies became less dense for you to bring out what is in your space of truth and love and self-love. It is I. There's no other. It is I. I open up to the truth. I transmit the truth. I resonate the truth. I love. I am loved. And I love. Love has a very lovely light tone when it is allowed. We just fly. We just take off lightly on the wings of allowance, surrender. Surrender from strength. Surrender in free will. Trusting that internal guidance. trusting that aspect of you that is closer to the third dimension, that you can tune in into the space where this divine guidance comes from. Trusting that by this self-love communicated and felt, you take your own hand in self-leadership and walk yourself to the space of truth. When in doubt, or when you feel and know that you've taken steps away from it. And I ask that you remember this. Remember the river of truth within you, flowing in the abundance of love. When you feel thirsty, remember to come back to this river. When you feel lonely, when you feel doubtful, when you question, when you feel heavy, remember the way to the river that will nourish you infinitely. In this space, I invite you to bring in your individual dreams, desires, your purpose. If you're unsure of your purpose, to bring in what you're here to express into alignment. If you need to ask questions as to the next step, ask. Any form of communication that comes your way, you may get the answer right away, or in a day, or a week, or you may already have gotten it. And perhaps you recognize it as an answer. Perhaps there's some doubts in my mind. Is this really the answer? Whenever you doubt, come back into your heart space and beyond your heart space. The door, your spirit, and open the flow of truth and love. In this next breath, take the deepest breath and become aware of your heart reverberating, your spine, the information channel in your spine, continuing to the connection in and with Mother Earth, bringing it back up. That light that comes through your chakra, your crown chakra, the information in it when you come into your heart space, that sense of self, the essence of yourself, essence of your self-awareness. My screen disappeared. Essence of your self-awareness. Do this one more time. Interesting disruption. Notice that many times when you shift dimensions, you'll have disruptions. So take a deep breath. Become aware of heartbeat reverberating on spine, being connected to the core of Mother Earth, carrying anything and everything of Mother Earth that you are intended to carry, that was intended for you by design, receiving the golden light continuously and constantly from above. Come into your heart space with the awareness of who you are, what you are, a divine descent, a divine emanation, creation and creator. Claiming yourself, holding yourself together as the embodiment of truth, of love. You are here to create an impact. You are on this call because you are creating an impact. You're taking this light and sharing it. Allow your truth to come through in every word you say. That is your guidance. You are constantly guided. You are constantly supported. It's your own resonance resonating into your environment. Slowly open your eyes and look at an object. Notice about how far your heart space is from that object. This is where you are in the physicality. This is where you carry out. This is where you manifest from. This is your starting point. You want to make sure that whatever you manifest, whatever you desire, you're telling your spirit, this is where we come back. This is where I am. This is where the physical is. Notice the resonance that you put out into that space between you and that object. Notice that sense of love in it, sense of strength, sense of direction. And I invite you to observe throughout your day the resonance that's a few feet ahead of you. Allow it to remind you, what is it that I want to infuse? What do I want to increase in this resonance? How do I desire this interaction to go in between the people that I interact with? What is the red carpet that's in front of me? How do I step on it? How do I create my experiences, and the life that I deserve? What is the foot that I set for? How do I want to feel that? Take a deep breath, hold it for as long as you like, and release through sound. Let's do it 2 more times. I thank you. And I thank all the higher beings who are holding space for us, guiding us. I thank all of our spirits for answering the call. And I thank all of you here in this physical realm. And as you walk away from this meditation, take this space with you, or allow this space to come with you, to keep continuing, unfolding during your day.